Guildball fans, and welcome to another episode of Tabletop Sports Network, brought to you by What Game Now. We have a great game today between the Fishermen and the Miners. I have Ethan here with me again.
Howdy, hey.
And as always, I'm Dave. Now, this particular match took place on a pitch at the Kingdom of Cards in Fort Smith, Arkansas. Our players moved a bit quicker in setup this time, so we're going to get right to the starting lineups. Ethan, why don't you start us off with the starting lineup for the Miners?
So the starting lineup is a standard box six. So Shaft, Digger, Mule, Fissure, Fuse, and Spade. And this is going to just be typical Miner play. Just trying to get 3 goals and get out of here, which is a personal play style that I can actually get into and dig into. So.
Right. And on the fish side, we have a player. First of all, I want to say we have a player who is still a beginner at the game. So we had a number of comments last time, but let's get to the starting lineup of this one. We have Corsair, Tentacle, Sakana, Veteran Siren, and Hag. So pretty much the same thing, kind of a 2-2. I want to score a couple goals, take a couple people out, and get it done pretty quick. So it's kind of interesting, the matchup, because you do have some movement on the beginning of activations on both teams. So, but let's go. It looks like they're setting up right now for the kickoff.
Yep, and Shaft will be kicking off. And we're going to go to... nope, we're changing directions. Okay, going back to kicking toward the crate.
It looks like typical for this blue shirt player to kick it into an obstacle.
Say what you want about that blue shirt. It is a really, really good blue shirt. I'm told it's a standard Thursday shirt.
Standard Thursday shirt. All right. Leave it to the Miners player to have a standard shirt for a day of the week.
What do you mean? You mean like playing that team's not programmable? All right, so the kick is successful. Good. I imagine that.
Well, accurate. It's hard to fail. Hard to fail a kickoff.
It's hard to fail a 4-dag kick, but I can't say anything. I've seen it happen.
All right.
So he did direction and distance, and it went into the crate.
Yeah. So It's sitting out there behind the obstacle, and now we're going to assign our influence for both sides, and so Fisherman going first.
Key point to this game, you have to have something on both wrists.
Yeah.
You got to have the watch, and you have to have the cord on your other hand.
Yeah. This is the key. This is key fisherman stuff, right?
Exactly. Yep. Got to have extra rope.
Well, the Miners in the beginning when they first came out, super strong. Some might say overpowered. They gave them a little bit of nerf batting.
Well, here's the fun part. By the time the U.S. got the Miners, they'd already been nerfed.
Yeah. so yeah, and just kind of like a inside Guildball kind of thing. I was told by a reliable source that almost all of the nerfs that were made to the Miners, right? There was a list of things that needed to be changed given to them by their playtest group that they had. And they all but a couple of them matched exactly what they told them, and they waited till after the release to actually do the nerfs.
Alrighty, so we've got influence assigned, and here we go. Sakana is going to declare sprint. The one-armed pirate.
Arr. Oh, this is the perfect time to tell my pirate joke. Do you know what a pirate's favorite letter is?
Go ahead.
You'd think it'd be the R, but it's the C. Anyway.
There's a door to your right. Feel free. So he's going to sprint, and he's going to just attempt to just snap the ball.
Yeah, he's just going to pick it up, try to get it back to his teammates. It's pretty standard play in a lot of teams.
Well, it gives you influence. It gives you momentum. But gotta have that inch.
Yeah. So, you pass it back, and you kind of pass it down the line to your striker, build up a few momentum along the way, and
I'm going to go on a
get some
limb here
positioning.
and say he's too far out, though.
I think he's too far out to get the actual pass. I think he's just about right to kick it to the spot and let it scatter right into Tentacles. He won't generate the momentum, but at least, somebody else won't be able to come and snatch it up like, I don't know who might do that. Bonesaw on the...
Hey, you left it open. He left it open in the middle of the field. Just saying.
So at least, I want to say we had a correction on some of these things when the ball's being placed, as opposed to when the ball's being placed, like when it's kicked to a spot. And I don't know. We'll go over the exact rules in one of our other videos, but when it's being placed as opposed to being passed to another player, it gets placed at the end of the measurement instead of with the front of the base, like normal. Like a normal movement, you move to the front of the base, so the front of the base is touching the end of the movement. This one, the back of the base is touching the end.
Yep.
So we tried to follow that up so that we actually got some other things. So while we're waiting on him to decide actually what he's going to do here, we do appreciate all the comments that we got on our last video.
There we go. The blue shirt helped.
There we go. We do appreciate all the comments we got on our last one, and we try to learn from those and make every video better. But them trolls can all jump in the lake with the fishermen because I ain't got time for it. That's the polite way of saying it.
Shrinkage.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so the ball is stuck. Maybe? I don't know. I can't see that second die.
Yeah.
But I'm half blind. So they're treating it as if it got stuck tentacle. Does not get momentum. So now we get to see what the minor player will do.
I'm trying to get us some more screen real estate here while we're watching it. We don't have those lovely graphics that y'all enjoy whenever we do these voiceovers. And we might, because it takes forever to do them. But
look at that minor player, the minor/rat player. If you notice both the goals and the terrain, you might notice something ratty about it.
Yeah, I think the Rats just kind of sponsored this event, so they get to put their goalposts wherever they want.
So, okay, placing is not the same thing as shadow-like. You can place out to 2 inches plus a 30mm base.
Right. So another thing we were talking about, that movement, that the comment that we got. So since the rule of
placement.
But what is the guild rule?
Secret tunnel?
Secret tunnel. That's what I was talking about. So just for you people who are wondering, why is he moving there? If you are, every single miner on the field, including the mascot, have a special. It's a special guild rule that before their during the beginning of their activation,
yep,
they get to be placed 2 inches basically from wherever they are. Right.
Yep. So
they automatically, no matter what, get to move or be placed 2 inches every time they activate. So, and like you said, when you're placing a model or a ball marker or something like that, it gets placed at the end of the measurement, not the normal movement.
So, once again, we get a wonderful view of that blue shirt.
Blue shirt.
So, the Miners player is trying to figure out a way if he can save his movement by paying 2 to do lodestone, targeting the Sakana, and then he'll drag himself to him, and he auto-successed. Awesome. So, he's going to get that 2-inch bump, and with that 2-inch bump, he's trying to save his movement speed so he can see if he can possibly get within 2 inches. But I don't think he remembers that that Tentacles has close control. So right. I think he's living on a dream here. But
it's interesting with the fishermen that they're basically the only one in this game anyway that has close control is their mascot.
Yeah.
But he has his kick isn't great with a 2 dice 6, but I mean it's good distance, but going on 2 dice, but he definitely has the ability to tag along.
Yep.
Right? So he can hold the ball, tag along, and give it to the person that needs to kick it pretty much any time.
Yeah, and if you're playing a team like the Miners, it's just always handy to have one of them a way to kill the ball.
Yeah.
Because kick it in the corner is not necessarily a good thing. Fissure can get it out of that corner, and so can Fuse by using their own abilities, and we'll bring those up as they occur. But
so it looks like he took a round of attacks.
Yep, he's trying to push Sakana into cover so he can have enough space to run over. But then again, I honestly think he's forgetting that close control exists.
Yeah. Which we forgot in the last video. Yeah. But it was funny. I was like, well, Flint's usually not this weak, But I forgot he had close control, so I just let you take the ball from me.
He just measured and realized that nope, he goofed.
He done goofed.
Yeah, he was. He fell for it. So now he's going to be looking at seeing a couple other options. He still has his main movement. He also needs a little bit more momentum. He needs to be able to guarantee that he can go first.
Right.
After scoring the goal, he needs to have some way to compete to go first. So I can kind of foresee him just going into Sakana and just go with this beatdown plan, and just beat up Sakana for a few turns or for a few hits and build some momentum.
Yeah, because they're not real heavy damage dealers. Yep. The Miners, right?
Yeah, we have a lot of. There's not a takeout plan. There's a plan
a lot of movement. So I mean, they're definitely a goal scoring team. But they have a lot of momentous results.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of momentous results.
Right, and with your goal scoring teams, you often see, like Fish, those of you who play Shark, momentum's kind of hard to come by at times. No. Especially if you go into a combat-based team like Brewers, it is really hard for you to get a goal and then guarantee yourself trying to go first on the next round.
Right, because you're looking at, okay, what do we got here?
Jacques.
We move Jacques.
Yep.
I guess we're just getting some position there for whatever plan he has.
Yeah, he's building future plans. He can throw up. I don't know if he can throw up anything, actually. I think he's just setting up for a future turn, trying to block up some lanes. He can try to goad, but I think he's out of range. So here we go with the placement effect, and then a sprint, which I'm going to spoil this for you. Because that placement effect, the first thing they nerfed was the movement speed of all the teams.
Yeah.
So he moves a whole whopping 5 inches.
Right.
And then just gets to sit there and stare at Jacques.
And notice how Jacques didn't try to goad him after he already moved.
We leave that to the Union player and the Masons player in our group. Also, after he does this, he always succeeds. But when he tries to play it right, he always fails.
Yes.
So now we have Corsair. Now, the cool thing that Corsair can kind of do is, if you do want to play a goal-based strategy, Corsair can drag all your opponents and just start creating those lanes that you need.
Oh, yeah. So he has that big pull in, right?
Yep. He has drag as a character ability, and then his legendary play is just everything.
Yeah.
So he can make lanes. He can do anything he needs to do to get you that lane. The coolest strategy I've seen with him, though, is by pulling them to the edge of the pitch and then pushing them off.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. But I'm also a Rats player, which our alternative goal is to push people off.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think, like you said, with the damage that the lower end damage that the fishermen seem to have, when you look at throughout their cards. I mean, there may be an exception here or there, but it's pretty much just low damage, some high mobility, and pushing and dragging to try to push people off. One of the odd things that I see is in this particular setup is that see See, I lost my train of thought there. My train of thought derailed, and there were no survivors.
Yep. Toot toot.
Toot toot. That right now on the pitch he has Sakana,
Who's a striker.
who's considered a striker, and Vet Siren,
Yep.
who's also considered a striker.
And Corsair's not bad. Even with a peg leg, he's really accurate with that peg leg.
Yeah. So, all I can see right now is just trying to, like you said, he's trying to make some lanes. I see the ball coming, I guess, pass from Tentacles to Siren maybe to build some momentum and get her started, headed to that top side of the field in this picture to try to go around and get some scoring opportunity. But I think he's going to run into a problem with if he remembers that they get placed 2 inches before they get to move, and he accounts for that and the threat range that produces, the bigger threat range that produces or longer threat range that produces, I think he'll be all right.
Yeah. I mean, you can almost effectively add 2.5 inches to their movement.
Yeah. Well, even more when you consider the larger bases.
Yeah.
For some of the bigger models.
But I mean, what the Miners player does here is he leaves a little bit of a lip, and he just wants to prevent all future arguments. And a lot of the players in this group are newer, but they're really enjoying the game, and so what we're doing is teaching as we go.
Yeah.
So here we go. Tentacles is going to attempt to move. Waddle, 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 waddle.
Waddle, waddle, waddle.
So notice he put Tentacles in the middle, and then now he's going to try to kick to Siren. If he would have passed to Siren at the beginning, he would have got a tap in.
Yeah.
And that's just one of those educational moments. And did he just roll double ones?
No, looks like he got it.
Okay, I hope so. That'd be awkward. Nope, he missed.
Oh, he did roll. I think he did roll double ones on that.
He missed. Okay, so goes in the 6.
6.
Oh no. Come on, 2 inches. 2 inches.
3.
Okay, that's fine. 3 is fine. Vet. She has a really cool ability on her. It just takes an influence, which kind of sucks. But her Fairwind can get that ball back.
Yeah.
But it sucks to lose that influence at the very beginning. And he also doesn't have a momentum. So that all gets sorted.
Yeah. I like it. Also take a moment. I mean, I play mostly Masons. I do have Union models, but I play mostly Masons. For what reason, I don't know. But, I mean, because Flint's a great striker. But, so tell me a little bit about what it's like to play a minor guild.
Play the minors?
The minor guilds, but also, and we can talk about it in between the movements and stuff, and it looks like that's just a positioning move. Yep. But when you're playing a minor guild, and you have those 2 guys from the major guild that you get to bring in to it, the choice is, when you play Rats, I mean, you pretty much take the 2 that you can take from Morticians like that. It's like not even a choice. Is it the same way with minors?
Minors, I'll be honest, Salvo seems like an obvious choice most of the time. But here's the thing. Whenever you play a team that is designed to where if they can't beat you by scoring, they can kill the ball.
Right.
Ball tether gets it. Fuse can get it. And Fuse I like the paint job I have on Fuse better, so I play Fuse.
It looks like he's going up to do some dastardly deeds.
Yeah, he's going to try. Fuse.
Who is that we got up there?
He's going into Corsair.
But, sorry, which model was that? That was Spade?
No, that's Fuse.
Fuse.
Yeah.
Spade's over there behind
yeah, she's behind the tank.
Behind the tank still.
don't get me wrong here. Salvo is by far the better character. He has a strange ability that whenever he deals damage, he can dodge.
Yeah.
And he has tether ball, so when they kill the ball, he can get the ball back.
Mm-hmm.
So in a way, if you're going against a team that likes to kill the ball,
mm-hmm.
you sometimes need to drop fuse.
Right.
But I mean, there's times where I just think they're interchangeable. I mean, that may be wrong.
Well, I mean, it's obviously easier to play a box set of players than trying to figure out some of the interactions between the other, the majors. But you do have those two.
Yep, they just realized that the ball was spread wrong, and so they're going to correct that real quick. But like I said, Siren's going to be able to get that back. He can either do the shadow-like to get it, but he'll lose the movement, or lose the influence by just getting the ball.
Right.
And
we're talking about, so they've corrected that issue, it looks like.
Yep.
The ball is spread correctly now. So was there a confusion, I think, between whether or not it stopped on her or continued past her?
Yep.
Okay. And I guess they decided that it continued past her, so the ball's open, free. So, and then you got the opposite on the other side here. You have a major guild that has the option of taking two of their minor guild.
Well,
two players.
You don't understand. Like, playing a major guild has a bigger, wider scope of advantage over a minor guild. The amount of characters you get from playing that major guild, whenever you go to a tournament, you can set up your 10 to 12 characters depending on where you go.
That's another thing to point out too, that we're not playing tournament style. We're just building these teams. But in most tournaments, it's a draft style. You bring 12 players. And each person picks one. The person who goes first picks one, and the other guy picks one, and you got a lot of counter picking, things like that can happen. Yep. But in this, we're just fielding 6.
Yep. So, Hag moved Jacques forward, and then I believe she used her talisman already. Another thing to consider here with a minor guild is you have 8. And of those 8, they better be pretty good if you're... Like, you just don't just sit there and say, well, I'm just going to take these 6 and walk up to somebody and say I'm going to be able to play on equal footing with the next 4 people.
Right.
And with rats, pelage is not going to cut it a lot of the time. Disease may not play a big effect a lot of the time.
Right.
So what we saw here is...
we have tank movement.
Yep, the tank picked up Spade, moved her forward, and then just moved forward herself.
Okay.
So what he's doing now is he's setting up for a Spade goal. He has that gap that he needs. He just needs Siren to do something goofy. Like, once she picks a side, Spade is going to be able to react and go to where she needs to go.
Okay. Yeah. So she's gotten the ball back using...
Yep, she used Shadow-like and bounce back.
Shadow-like and bounce back to it.
Or use the ability to do it. And then bounce back. Oh, it seems like an out placement here. Okay, so splinter off to that right side. Now we're going to see what in the world Spade's going to do.
Okay. What are we looking at?
So here goes Spade. She's going to do her placement. He's going to double check every tiny little detail on that card.
Did Siren move back and grab it, or she just used the fair wind to bring it back to her?
She could have done either or. By where she's at now, I probably would imagine...
Would have been smarter to use Fairwind just to bring it to her and then use her Shadow-like to get extra movement.
Well, right, and then he would actually use all of his influence that turn, which, I mean, since he didn't pass it to Hag or anything along those lines, it wouldn't have mattered at that point. So now he's starting to use base markers, and so he has the placement he needs. Now he's going to measure, and he's going to try to get through the middle of that mess. And the reason he can do that is she has Diggy Hole, which is the same thing as that 2-inch placement.
Right.
So he's going to sprint, get to the edge,
Mm-hmm.
Diggy Hole, and then he's going to have to see where he can place himself to be in combat range with Siren and goal. And
I see, yeah.
He may just decide that it's not worth trying to get a goal on this opening activation, and just try to set up for a goal on his turn, because Spade also has close control.
Right.
There's a lot of really, really good stuff printed on a Miners card.
Yeah, and to think that it was even stronger.
Yeah.
Before nerfing it down. I mean,
I still think
a smart player could get a whole lot out of all the placement that they're allowed to do. Especially, once they get done laughing at the name of the character play, Diggy Hole.
Yep.
And I can just see it.
Hey, stop dropping mole, buddy.
I can just see. What are you gonna do, Spade? Diggy Hole, Diggy Hole, Diggy Hole.
She's got a shovel. And here's another thing that's like really deceptive about her is she also has this 2-inch melee because of the shovel.
Yeah.
And then Shaft also has a 2-inch melee because of the shovel.
He's a bad
and however, Mule has a 1-inch melee.
Right.
Because he has to tripod himself and punch with one arm. The tank, 1-inch melee.
That's ridiculous. That thing is so huge. It should get 2 inches of melee just for its height.
But base size. Explain to me Bonesaw.
I know.
He has the biggest base for the tiniest body.
Well, it's because of his presence. There's your explanation. He has a presence.
He's a Shaolin monk.
See, he carries the energy of the world with him. That's why he needs a big base.
I don't know. I just assume he meditates a lot.
Good thing, because he likes to miss kicks.
Alrighty. So, he set it up for himself to try to go first. So, he's going to try to play the highest card total he has in his hand. And
let's see.
He's going to get over there, and he's going to get this goal.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's going to be anything though.
So, I think the effect is secondary to getting as much momentum as possible.
Yep. So, and the cards were,
and we can't see that closely. So, we'll be putting.
Oh, it's a roll off.
We'll be putting those up on the screen for the overlay.
Yep.
I wish we knew what they were so that we could actually tell you what they are, but that part isn't done. So. So obviously, let's see. So they had to roll off because they tied.
Yeah, and I saw a rat 6.
Okay, so it looks like the rats. Looks like the Miners are using the rat catcher's dice just to confuse me.
Hey.
Picked up the first turn, so they're giving some sort of extra.
Yep, they're
gree.
I'm pretty sure that one was weak point. Because he pointed at Mule, and the only reason you'd point at Mule is like, I want you to lose an armor.
Right.
However, Mule is a really good kicker. He just has a really short kick.
Yeah.
Did I mention that Miners are a decent team?
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Like, okay, I think they're a great team. Right, overall because of their abilities and stuff. But I also think they're a team that you can quickly get in trouble with if you don't pay attention to some of the things that they do. Like, they're not just, I open the box and I win.
Yep.
Like, you have to think, because like, I know you play Miners too. It's taken you some time to just kind of figure out basically what their general play style is and how to play them.
Yeah, they're one of the teams that reading the card doesn't exactly explain the card.
Right.
But don't get me wrong, Fish have always been strong since the beginning of this game.
Yeah.
But the new minor guilds, they're trying to outweigh their abilities to beat out the fact that there's just a lot more draft possibilities placed against them. But I think they're going a little bit too far with the power level. Okay, so here comes the placement. And he's moving the ball and showing off that wonderful blue shirt. Okay, so if he does this right, he's going to be placing himself within 2 inches.
Yeah.
To be within melee, but be outside.
Well, he definitely would if he would actually go to the end of the rule of widget.
Yeah.
But he's definitely...
Oh, he still has movement.
Definitely within 2. And he has movement left. So.
And dig a hole.
Dig a hole.
Dig that hole.
So, basically, tackle away the ball, diggy hole over towards the goal to get closer and kick it in. Is that basically...
He doesn't even... He can do 2 things. He can either sit there and just attack, get the ball...
And then just kick it?
Yeah. I mean, he just has to be
within 8 inches. You don't want to be engaged with the other model to take down the chance of actually getting it. So, I would still diggy hole away or if he gets an attack that has a dodge on it.
So there's a momentous tackle. So now his options here is just attack again, get some momentum.
Mm-hmm.
And he did that. And that's all he wanted. And I don't think he got 2. So he's going to have to settle. So he's paying 1. Oh, maybe. I don't know. Okay, he's bringing out a lot of stuff. Okay, he's verifying he's within 8. He's gonna dig a hole or kick. Dig a hole.
Yeah, like I said, get that 2-inch place. We get closer and away out of engagement.
Yep.
And then, boom.
Now he wants to hang back a little bit, just to leave himself open for an easier range for a snapshot. He just wants to be within 4 or 8 or 6 of that goal. Right. He wants to hang back, and so it's just an easy pass too. So here's the kick.
So he got within 4?
It looks like he got within 4. I saw that 6-inch ruler come out.
Right.
And it's successful.
So we have our first goal, and it goes to the miners. Miners! Yep.
Surprising! Miners scored a goal. I didn't know they did that.
Oh no. What is the world coming to?
Alright, so here comes the ball placement. Okay, he's going to try to put it back onto Siren.
Yeah. Trying to get it back to her.
Yeah.
But then again...
If he plays too wide, he's not going to be able to get there.
If he doesn't get enough distance between him and Spade, he's going to end up in basically the exact same spot. So he really has to make sure...
Well, Mule has a knockdown on 1. Fuse has a tackle on 1, and did I mention both of them are momentous?
Right. But if he gets out and gets around that obstacle,
yeah. So he's going to try to be cute and do that little play, but then he realized that it's going to scatter at the end.
Yeah. So he has to readjust.
Yep. So adjustment made.
And hope it scatters in front of her.
Yep.
So he can go pick it up.
Please don't go into 6. Is all he's saying to himself right now. The dice deity that he believes in.
He needs that double 1s right now. That's what he needs.
So it's going forward, and it's going forward by a distance.
Is that 5?
That's a 5.
Okay. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good.
That's definitely open.
The only problem he has is that stupid mole.
That mole.
Who also has diggy hole.
What he called it what? He didn't call it a mole.
Oh, you called it, or they called it a frog, and it's touching.
No. Specifically, the fisherman player was calling it something all game, if I remember it correctly. And you're like, it's not. It's a mole.
I don't know. He's referred to it as a frog, a hamster.
I think he did call it a hamster.
All the derogatory names for the paint job that painstakingly was done to make it look like a mole and not a frog. Really wish we would have got a close up of the mole. It's the only figure on that team that looks really, really good up close. The rest of them look really good from really far away, and then you start zooming in.
At least they're painted.
Yeah. Hey.
And I like the paint
painted.
job that they're on there. They're not fancy because they're always mining, so you get scrapes and scratches and worn off paint. And I think that looks cool.
Yep. And if you got the first round of the resins on the miners, you probably are aware that they are brittle. So that takes away a lot of the hard work that you put into it. But they fixed that issue.
Throwing around.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I like your widgets here.
Oh,
take them back.
Also, if you're a new player and you're not comfortable with measurement,
don't take a wood nickel. Never take a wood nickel. Oh, never mind.
Oh no. There's copyright. Alrighty. So those little base markers are really, really handy.
Yeah. It gives you a chance to see where you would be when you're measuring everything.
Yep. But if you stop using, like, if you use them and then realize that it's a terrible option, or that you just kind of wait a little bit, you've just given away your entire plan to your opponent.
True. That's the thing. You're able to measure whatever you want to, but it gives away information every time you do.
Yep. So she is going to get the ball, and then he's looking to see if he can turn and get this goal. So get the ball.
So Bet Siren gets the ball, and then she's
he's just too far.
So
out.
she shadow light to that.
Mm-hmm.
And then she still has movement.
Yep, and he sprinted, so it's going to be a long one. So it looks like 8 total. So 4 to the first marker, 4 to the second marker. And he's still outside of 8 from the goal. So
did he use the shadow light to get the ball?
He would have had to.
Yeah.
He moved 2 inches. He didn't do the tether. Okay, so here comes a awkward placement of Mule. So Mule can semi-get to Siren deceptively.
Yeah.
The trick is you have to be outside of everyone else's melee when you make that movement. And the big base size actually kind of deceptively gives you it's a hindrance whenever you're trying to disengage, but it's actually a really big help when you're trying to engage. So
True.
So now he got outside of that melee, and then he walked over.
Uh-oh.
And he's attacking. 5 die. And remember, a knockdown on 1.
Should have just taken the octopus with you, that's all I'm going to say.
Well, we can knock him down. I don't know how you knock down an octopus, but you can knock him down.
Very carefully.
I don't know.
I
like calamari rings. Alrighty, and there's a 5. That's gonna be a momentous knockdown. Doop. Get the token. 7 hours later, he'll find the token for knockdown. And the ball is gonna scatter.
The ball scatters.
So, where is it gonna go?
Put it here.
The 2 direction.
5.
At a decent distance. By the way, they're holding it up. It's going that way.
Whew.
Alrighty. So, the plan now is who gets the ball.
Does it have a plan? Well, that's the $1 million question.
Yeah.
Or is he just playing it by ear?
Goodyear blimp?
The Goodyear blimp.
Yeah. Okay. So, now they sit back. The fish player's going to figure out what is the best possible solution for him right now. He's showing his wavy skills. Now playing the piano.
He's showing his hand model skills.
Yeah. And then notice that he should definitely be supporting a ring on that finger. And, shininess and all.
Mm-hmm.
Now, his options are kind of slim. Like, Hag can try to get over there. But I don't think she makes it.
Yeah, trying to get over there. Now, he does have the option, whether it's a good option or not, he does have the option to legendary and pull everything away, pull them all away from him, but I don't know if that gets Siren or not.
Well, she's knocked down.
But she can still be pulled in.
Right, but it won't be a gain up bonus, and it's I don't know. I feel like
we've seen less than stellar use of that legendary by this player before.
Hey, it was a pretty good brewer's roll. I mean, there was only a triple wrap. I mean, it looked great.
But it looks like he's going to just to move it on up. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Was that Jacques?
That was Jacques.
Jacques.
So, he didn't like my mole.
How much influence is Jacques? Oh, it's Jacques. I want to call him Jacques because the fisherman Jacques Cousteau. It's not spelled correctly, but Jacques.
Well, I mean, it could be the French, and it could just be a drop down C. I'm not quite sure what the exact terminology is. Bonus points for yourself. But I'm going to tell you now.
And I am wearing my stretchy palms.
And we go back to the roll.
I don't even know. You know, for the longest time, I always said that just to make my wife laugh, and I didn't know where it came from. And apparently, Nacho Libre, he says that stretchy palms in there somewhere. I watched it the other day.
Now, if you start saying stuff about your wife in a mask, I'm just going to have to turn you off, bud.
No lucha going on in here.
Alrighty. So, he's got armor. The armor. Okay, going back in for another attack. I think he might have hit one and then tough-hided took away that one. So here we go again. Rolled really well.
Got 3.
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
What's Jacques going to do on a free?
Stuff. It's going to be momentous.
Well, I mean, it's not a whole lot of momentous options. He does have, double dodge and dodge.
Yep.
Momentous.
So, something really important that the minor player did. If you look at the spread of influence, he put 4 on Shaft, who really doesn't have any way to truly affect the board state. Mm-hmm. I feel like he could have moved 1 or 2 off of him and put him on the mole or
somewhere else.
I mean, he could have hit Siren twice, but
then again, I mean, we don't. Well, technically, we don't know what his plan is for those 4 influence on the other side of the field.
It's got to be a minimum. It's got to be a minimum. Yeah. And he said that with a P, people. You got to watch your consonants.
You said that last time.
It's going to be a running joke.
Is it your catchphrase?
It's going to be a running joke.
Okay.
All right, so grinding tracks. So every base he touches is going to be a knockdown.
Strong.
Yeah, he just has to run into... he has to somehow knock down Corsair twice due to sturdy.
Right.
Oh, never mind. They're not going to read the card. We'll see if that gets corrected. Really hoping it does.
What, the knockdown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, right now they're treating it as accepted board state.
I don't know. I don't think that he knocked them all down. I don't think that was the thing.
Well, grinding tracks whenever he ran into
No, I know that's what it's supposed to do. I'm just saying I don't know that they... Well, we got markers on them.
Yeah, I know, but he should still be standing.
Who?
Corsair, because it's sturdy.
Oh, that's what you were saying.
Yeah. But until that's corrected...
Yeah.
And it looks like they're moving on. So
yeah,
I don't know if
I don't think it's going to. But it happens.
Nice try, people.
When you get caught up in the game, sometimes you forget those things, which you shouldn't.
Yep. So,
but you do.
Hag. They're reading Hag. So, Miners player's sad. Sad life.
Sad life.
Sad life. Alrighty, so now the Miners player is trying to figure out what he's going to do.
He got over there.
Yeah, he was trying to figure out if he wanted to attack Hag or attack Corsair, and he decided to attack Hag.
Looks like it. Oh, the beat down. So she's knocked down. Hag's knocked down.
Hag is knocked down.
So that's not bad. So we're going to end up with
a lot of room for Fuse to run.
Yeah.
That's what we have. And technically Fuse shouldn't have that running space.
Yeah, it looks like it got a chunk of knockdowns in there.
Yep. Alrighty. So fish player is staring at that ball. He wants the ball. He wants the ball into the goal.
Well, not even a want at this point. It's a need. Because if the Miners get a hold of it, there's a lot of tools to get them back over there to score again. So, and the last thing he wants is for this to be a quick 3-0 game and him not get anything done. So hopefully some of the heavy hitters in the middle there, he might get something done. But I don't know what his chances are of actually getting a hold of the ball quickly.
Yeah. Well, it looks like he's legendary right now.
Yeah.
He stood up. He's got a legendary.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
He swung.
He spun it around.
Yep. And the guy in the blue shirt is doing the one helpful thing by saying you have to stack the players because there's a way if you let your opponent stack them. Oh, I'm going to run this in the Jock. Then Jock gets pushed.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things. But yet the blue shirt guy did not catch Sturdy.
Nope.
He's got to learn to read cards.
It's one of those situations where you are, especially in this situation, like you try to learn as much as you can. Because the only way to truly be the best you can be with your team is not only to know your team, but the teams that you're facing. But there's only so much knowledge that you can push in there, Which that happens to me all the time because we do different games in the videos, so it's really hard to keep straight all that stuff. I'm lucky to know my Masons, and I don't always catch that right. So
yeah, goad. Let's goad the players.
Yes. I have a habit of goading people who've already moved.
I'll be sure to move it right to you.
Right to you.
Okay, so he's attacking in, and he's just going to try to gain momentum. Similar to what the Miner player did was try to get enough to where you're going to ensure that you're going to be able to go first.
Right.
So
it looks like it did not affect Vet Siren, the pull.
She was outside 6.
She was outside of 6,
yep.
So she's been freed up to do some stuff if he hadn't already moved her this turn. So he's got to hope for her to go first next turn in order to do anything with the ball.
Yep. And Miners player's reading, always a bad sign. He's going to find a way to go.
And we'll repeat again like we did the last video. If you're going to play Guildball, you have a mobile device. I prefer it on the iPad because when you turn it to landscape, you get all the card information in one spot. Plus, you can still keep track of. You get both sides of the card, and the damage counter and all that stuff all in one thing. You don't have to switch back and forth.
Yeah.
But the Guildball Manager, which is available free on the App Store, Google Play, it is an official app that you can download in to help you out with your game. It's also a great study tool.
Yep.
If you really want to know all the teams that you're going to be facing, you can read every card in the game and all the changes that are made, the errata and stuff like that, they're all reflected in that quickly. Basically, as soon as it's instituted, new cards are put out, and you don't have to worry about buying a new set of cards or printing a new set. You can keep them there.
Or carrying around a little red notebook.
Yeah. For sure.
Alrighty.
What do we got?
Still attacking. Still generating momentum.
I was just looking at one result.
Yeah, that 3 armor.
But does he have momentum on his first result?
I'm sure he does. It's probably a momentous 1, which gets canceled out, but at least it's something.
Yeah, at least he gets the momentum now. Who's he hitting with?
Corsair.
Yeah, no. He momentous
no.
tackle.
Oh, no. He can't do that. No.
No.
Okay.
And he needs 3 successes. I mean, after the first one, he can momentous knock down the first time if he gets a 2. But after that, you can't knock them down again unless they stand up. So he needs 3.
Yep. And
3 results. That gives him a Guildball and a double dodge, it looks like.
So he has to hit on all die.
Yeah.
Okay. So that whole shenanigans is over.
Yeah, I think you realized finally that, hey, that was
okay, so he's measuring the mole now.
more difficult than I thought.
So he placed the mole, then the mole jogged. And got basically just tied up with Siren. But he tried to leave enough space to where when Shao hits, he'll still be in the mole's range.
He'll still be in the mole's range.
But frankly, there's so much room.
Tough.
There's so much room to move.
Well, yeah, and there's so many. I mean, it's not like some games where you are on a grid or something like that. This great thing about open movement games like this, where you move, any direction you want. It's very hard to cover every direction, because even a slight movement to the left or the right can put you out of.
Okay, so Hag stood up with his momentum and then ran into the scrum. This could end well. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know how that ends. It's awkward.
Well, if you have enough momentum and you get some good dice rolls, is her card as bad when it comes to momentum as...
It's really good when you retrospect of where you want to control the board.
Right.
So she attacked Fuse.
It's not much better, really. When it comes to generating momentum, it's not, for sure.
Well, fish don't...
she has really a momentous dodge on 2.
Fish really don't generate momentum.
And Guildball symbol. So, that'll help her. That can help... Well, I can help her move somebody else, but...
Yeah. So, going through, making those attacks as necessary. Generating the momentum, hopefully. Preventing the utter...
Well, at least she has looks like a repeatable thing that she can get onto every time. So, unlike the last one, with Corsair, where she's, on 2, knockdown, momentous knockdown. But after that, you gotta get the 3. You gotta get something higher.
you can replace the knockdown, and it was still generating momentum. You just replace the knockdown the condition.
You just put a new instance of knockdown?
Mm-hmm. It still generates momentum.
I don't know about that.
Fun fact, if you answer that, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. This is our in-game thing. This time we won't be doing a model of your choice. We will give you a random Guildball single-player model if you can answer the question of whether or not you can knock someone down a second time as they've been knocked down.
Yeah. Alrighty. So he placed Fuse, and he is going to try to attack. He wants to be outside of that melee range so he can move freely and not be afraid. And he hit stuff.
He hit stuff 3.
Yep, 3 hits. I don't know. I'm going to have to read the back of Fuse card again. He has a character play where he can kick the ball, but he can move the ball. Like I was saying earlier.
Right.
With remote detonation, I think is the name.
Yeah, remote detonation. So once per turn during the model's activation, if there's a free ball within 6 inches of this model may make a kick as if it were in possession of the ball.
Not a pass.
Not a pass, a kick.
So I think that's what he's trying to set up here. Is he's going to try to figure out a way to measure sneakily to get within that range, use that, and maintain possession of the ball.
Right.
Still exerting that pressure. So
yeah, he wants to get over there. He wants to remote detonation to bring the ball back towards his position.
Yep.
Then he can either take it or on his next turn or pass it to Spade on his next turn.
So here comes the sprint. So he's going to choose this most optimal way to keep people away from him.
Right.
He would like to have kept that and just made the pass, but that's not going to be an option.
Not going to happen this time.
Yeah, he goofed.
He done goofed.
Yeah, he should. I don't know. Taking the parting blow with having a character that has a knockdown too is not smart either.
No.
So
it is not.
Okay, so we see on the phone he read remote detonation, and now he's gonna have to try to explain remote detonation.
I think there was some discussion about how it actually worked, and that's why we stressed that it was a kick.
Yep.
Not a pass. Although all passes are kicks, but not all kicks are passes. Is that how it works?
Well, kick on goal versus goal kick.
Well, it's shot on goal.
We're from the South. It's a kick on goal.
Yeah, so depending on what you're doing with your foot, depends on what you can do in it. So, but it does give, since he is kicking, he does get to place it at the end of the measuring tool and get that little extra 30 millimeter or whatever.
And the fish player is scrambling on Google right now, like, what is going on?
What are you talking about? Remote detonation, but the physics. We're trying to figure out the physics.
The physics is he can throw the blasting device
right to the other side of the ball, and then it blasts.
I'm just going to say it. He's going to throw the TNT stick on the other side of the ball, and then the ball's going to be bounced back to him.
No. Yeah, I think that was actually a discussion. That's why it's taking so long to finish this, was because the physics of the matter were brought up, and also the rule of where to place the ball. So,
well,
but it was finally fixed and
agreeable to more than 3 people.
Yeah,
which was the goal. Okay, so reading the card again to stress what it does.
Guildball fans, another thing on Steamforged's resource page, there are some little cheat sheets. I can't remember what they're called. That actually they're cards that actually show you things that can be done in your turn. I don't remember what it's called. Anyway, just look at the sheet down, but before you get to the teams, there's like game plan tokens, which doesn't seem to be working right now. I tried to download them 100 times, but anyway,
Apple user.
Yeah, no, this was on my PC. Thank you very much. But anyway, on the Steamforged.com, I think it's /resources. You go down right before you get to the teams, and there's an option there to get these cards, which show you like what you can do, basically, like kick, pass, those. I think it gives you like a little definition, and so on and so forth. I think also in that set is also the conditions one, where it shows you what conditions do what.
You mean you don't want to carry around a 30-something page rule book with you?
No. So
Come on.
It's like 4 cards or something like that, and you actually can get a lot out of that. It's like kick sequence and those types of things too.
Well, let me put it this way.
I don't care on 30-page rule book. I have an iPad.
I can use Control F.
Control F.
Control
F on that document is really interesting because like try typing kick.
No, I know, but you have to have a specific word sequence. You know?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Smart people know those word sequences. Anyways, so they resolved. Are they yet? Probably. Okay,
Okay,
good.
now finally, Finally.
4 into the 2. Guess what?
It's run into him.
Yeah. So now
Pay that man his money. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah,
I don't know why
pretty. So now here we go to the 2 characters on the other side of the pitch who are just going to punch each other for a little bit. Just a little bit of love taps.
Rock'em sock'em robots.
And the momentum race will start from there.
Let's build momentum.
Okay, so we're going to make sure this guy has cards. All right, so oh my.
Nice roll.
His life with dice.
It's a beautiful.
Boop, boop, boop. All right, so
let's see. So I got 3 good results.
Does he push him or dodge?
Well, 3 good results.
He's not going to push.
What's...
It's going to be a dodge. I mean, it would be super funny to do weak point. Does he have a token? Well, we'll know.
We'll know shortly.
Okay, he did weak. He pointed at weak point. Maybe. Hold on. The world may never know.
Definitely have a hard decision here, apparently. Oh, whatever it was a momentous result.
Momentous weak point.
Guildball? Yeah.
Momentous weak point.
So momentous Guildball for weak point, and he's going to try his hand at...
Another round of attacks.
Another good round of attacks, looks like.
Yep. Does the minor player counterattack? And that's a conversation I didn't want involved in. Okay.
So, he dodged?
Yep, he dodged. He did a momentous double dodge.
Momentous double dodge. So, building up that momentum.
And blue shirt guy just demonstrated with his hand the distance a pickaxe adds. So, oh no. Oh no.
Don't you run!
Yeah,
me.
he left cover to do this.
I know. It's silly.
I honestly don't know sometimes. We all make dumb decisions.
Sometimes.
But I think he's just desperately trying
He's showing him his card for something.
Yeah. Well, you better. The card's useful.
What is he showing?
Blue shirt. Well, the blue shirt's finally getting smart. It's like, I gotta start reading some cards.
Oh, so I guess he showed him what the stats were?
Yep. So, 2 successes. So we can weak point him back. The ultimate con, weak point to weak point.
The weak point, the weak point.
Yep. Or we can, just...
I could do this all day long.
We can momentous push him. Okay, here comes the counter. 7 hours of dice rolling.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yep, but thank God weak point's still active. At least he got 2.
Not 1.
Oh no.
I know he doesn't have a...
No,
oh, wait.
It's weak point.
It's 2 because of weak point.
Yep. So, and now they're going to discuss, and it's a dodge.
Yeah, it's not much better.
And then now we're going to get into the range of, I still have a 2-inch melee.
Well, he generated another momentum from it, so that's the important part.
Yeah. Yeah, well, here comes some more momentum for the other guy. And we're pushing him back.
Yeah.
The momentum trap. Come back here.
Come on. Get over here.
Okay. Oh, there's some more momentum. There's some more momentum. This time we could actually knock him down, but it won't be momentum. We could also just do momentous 1 and push. We knocked him down.
Knock him down.
Because it's relevant. Alrighty. 7 hours later, we're going to declare that we're moving.
To be fair.
To be fair. And is he going to get in range of the octopus? Trying to avoid a James Bond joke? Nope, he's just going to stay there and keep punching.
Punch. Me punch face.
Doop. Momentous push.
You damn right.
Kid show. Alrighty. So, what do we have now? We have the octopus doing octopus things.
Was he getting?
He's gonna get into combat with Spade and do nothing else.
He's gonna wrap his loving arms around Spade.
That ain't nothing worse than an octopus hug. Alrighty. So, game playing cards. So, fun fact. If the miner tries to go first with Fuse,
right,
who is he going to attack to get the momentum?
Well, he has enough momentum.
No, he's going to lose it.
Oh, that's right.
He's going to try to go first, but who does he attack?
Anybody you attack, though, opens... If it's not something he's doing with Fuse, then he opens himself up. If he doesn't move Fuse in the first and try to do something, he's opening himself up to...
Would it be dumb to just try to just pass it to Spade and just stick it there? Get the momentum.
Well, that's the thing. You get the momentum from the pass, so...
Right, but you don't have the snapshot afterward. Because you have to have two.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think she's pretty well protected right now. I think everybody on their team is engaged.
Yep.
But they do have the placement, so they can place themselves 2 inches away, so it really doesn't matter if they're engaged or not.
Right, but he still has to get... He's going to have to place, then move, in order to engage somebody. And then I think after that, he's going to be outside of his kick range. Because unless he can get over there and attack the octopus, I don't know. I don't think I see it.
I don't know.
It
is an option that if he can pass it to Tentacles, who has the close control.
Spade. We're not passing Tentacles.
Why not?
Tentacles on the other team. We don't want to pass.
Oh, that's right. What am I thinking? Okay.
We're going to pass to the other team.
So now I'm going to have to put a thing up there going, please do not listen to this man. He's dumb.
All right. They're moving the terrain around to make sure it's back to where it needs to be.
Right.
Okay. So I guarantee you the minor player is looking at how much influence he puts on Tentacles. If he just puts one, we're passing it to Spade.
Yeah.
Because he can't get the ball off of her.
Right. She has close control.
Yep. And I'm willing to bet you anything that he sees that one and he's going to run down there and just try to get it to her. And then spend his last couple moment influence to just try to nudge people around.
Yeah.
So he's going to pay 1 to sprint.
Yeah. So this placement, so you pay 1 to sprint, which his sprint is what?
I think it's like 8.
Is it 8?
Yeah.
You would think so. 7.
Okay. So they're measuring right now to see if he's out.
Is he going for it? Is he going to kick it?
Well, he
doesn't have
can't.
momentum.
He doesn't have momentum. Plus so here's the fun part. He can't get to where he needs to be. Now what he can try, what he could try to do is move the 7.
Yeah.
Get within a little range of that tentacle. Target tentacle with his other ability, but then he's out of influence. He's going to be out of influence by the time he gets there.
Yeah, he really has to pass.
So he's going to get in within tapping range here and just pass it over. And then just cry in his sleep with an extra influence that he has to figure out what he wants to do with.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he's got good
Yep,
kick.
he's abandoning the plan. He's going to go over there.
Kick stats.
Yep. He's abandoning the plan.
4-6.
He is going to go over here, get within range of tentacles.
Yeah.
So. That's his plan. He's just got to figure out the best way he wants to do it, because he doesn't want people from the behind Spade to come down and interfere.
Right.
Like, we would hate to give line of sight to Corsair to drag her back.
No.
We don't need to be knocked down. We don't need anything like that going on. We just need to get this goal. Is all that's going in his mind.
Yep.
So, here comes the kick.
So
here comes the
pass, right?
No, he's targeting
Tentacles
with under the lines or clear. He paid 2, so I'm assuming it's clear. Or yeah. So placed, done to clear. Here comes the pass to, and he's done the pass. Okay.
So now he has the momentum.
He has the momentum. So now the fish player is probably going to do the same mistake and forget.
Oh, so we got the AoE.
Okay, so he did the pass and now he's doing clear.
Clear.
So he's going to push.
Turn up to 300.
Yeah. So he's going to try to target Hag Hag and Corsair. Pushes Corsair.
Yep.
Pushes Hag. Probably. Who knows? Yep. Rolls that 6. Good looking 6. Okay. Just pushes them further in, make it more inconvenient. Okay. He knocks over the goal in disgust. Okay. Best line for the fish player. Drag with Corsair. Nope. He's going to try to attack with
Tentacles.
Is he going to get in the way with tentacles or attack with tentacle?
Well, attacking is not going to do him any good at this point. If she has close control, it's not going to do any good. I mean, he can tackle unless he has a knockdown.
Yeah.
On an early number because
I don't think octopus knocks down people.
He could. He could wrap his tentacles around their legs and just pull. But that's just my take on it, you know.
They have tackle, dodge, and pushes.
Yeah, that's it.
They trip on people. People trip on them. Alrighty.
Could blind them.
Could blind them. Blind.
Alright. The -2/-2 kick.
Yeah, that's doable. Still has a target.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's better than nothing. And that's what he's doing. He fails.
He failed
He
blind.
failed. Alrighty. So,
well, I mean...
blood in the water. We're not even wasting time now. Place on the other side. Okay. We're seeing if we're in your melee, which we're outside your melee, but within ours.
Yeah. Because tentacles have 2 or 1?
Okay, we're outside too. Okay, so we're diggy-holing to make sure we're outside of everything.
Yeah. Dig a hole. It's like Hodor.
And then kick on goal. And the kick. Please tell me he rolls us. Okay, there we go.
Bonus time?
Yeah, or just spent the 1. Measure it. Are we tap in?
Yeah, he's in tap in range.
Just... Oh, the third guy had to come in to confirm.
Yeah.
It's tap in.
Yeah, tap in.
Okay.
What's this was the... I mean, tap in's an automatic thing. If you're within 4 inches or half the kick,
half the kick range,
and then you get it. But I'll tell you right now, he kicked that ball not thinking about tap in, and then when he saw those numbers, he was like,
"Yeah,
wait a minute, tap in." He was wishing he had a bone saw to meditate on that one.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "No, tap in."
Okay, so here comes the spread. I think he's gonna just try to put it in the middle of the pile.
Gotta be careful. It's a big pile.
It's a big pile.
Any one of them can get it, and then you're back in the same position.
Yeah, but he's got miners have 2 dudes that have already activated. The amount of kicking necessary is kind of high. So it goes in 2, which is straight toward Mule, and the 5. So it goes straight to Mule.
Yeah. Sick.
So how does Mule get it over there?
Well, he's still got an activation.
Yeah. I know, but he's a slow dude. So, we're going to call it like, after placement, like 7 inches of movement.
Yeah.
And he has a 6-inch kick, so 13 inches, and he's not going to be able to go into a straight line.
I don't know. Maybe he wants to kick a goal.
Hey, I could dig a Mule
I could
goal.
dig it.
It's 4-6, man. 4 die.
4-6.
Yeah, 4 dice.
That's a heck of a kick for such a big dude.
He's a mechanic, man. He is a machine. I don't know. He's coming in. He's gonna get the ball, and then we have decisions.
He puts the ball behind like it matters.
It does. It doesn't matter.
It does not matter. It's just to indicate he has possession of the ball. I feel like I see myself pulling out the little rule book. The position of the ball, Marco, when it's in possession of the player, has no bearing on whether or not.
Well, why don't we install stands above models though, so that we can just put the ball up there?
Because they did that in Guildball and it was a pain in the ass.
We don't talk about that blasphemy.
Well, we will be. I'm organizing the first Tabletop Sports Network Blood Bowl game anytime now.
I'm really hoping that the fans evade, or what was the terminology when they'd leave the stands, come onto the field, and just start wrecking stuff? Yeah, thanks.
Pitch invasion.
Again, if you didn't have that consonant, that would have been really funny.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been in one of those too.
I dated a chick like that once. Alrighty, so Hag has the ball.
Yeah. You tackle it away.
So
So right now, what is it? So it's 8-0?
Yep.
So one more goal, huh?
Yep. So
Fish
now you get
something.
Well, you start getting that. You start getting to the frame of mind like it's actually a really bad time to score a goal for Fish.
Yeah.
You got to kill the ball.
Yeah.
Like you can't just give it back. Like I wouldn't be surprised if the minor player just moved all his players off to the side and be like, "Go for the goal, buddy.
No.
You can do it. We believe in you."
Yeah, because once you get to spread it back in, I mean it's unless you've like created a goal line defense, there's no spot big enough for any miles to get through or the ball.
Alrighty, so she is making a pass and she failed the pass. Oh no. Oh no.
It's got us.
No.
Oh no. Only 2 inches.
No.
Oh.
The stupid tank.
Tank's trying to get the ball. Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, you see it?
Oh no!
He just solved our whole 13-inch problem.
Oh no!
The tank has a 4.6, sir.
Oh, hell of a kick for a tank.
Well, it has. I believe it's firing out of a cannon, actually.
Oh yeah.
That's why it's accurate. Okay.
But grinding tracks.
Yep. But here's the thing, though. Sturdy. But they didn't catch it the first time.
So I'm going to catch it the second time.
But even with the movement, I don't think... We're just going to have to see.
Well, he gets to place, first of all.
Yeah.
So, he places 2 inches. That should be able to put him...
Yeah. And we believe he has the ball at this point.
Yeah, he should have the ball at this point. If he didn't snap that ball, then...
Yeah, he's snapping it now.
He needs to...
Get evaluated.
He needs to stop playing immediately.
Okay, so he snapped the ball. He's throwing up grinding tracks right now.
That's gotta be, yeah.
Yeah. And he's going to go in the Corsair.
Yep.
Because no one brought up the fact that...
Sturdy's still not being recognized.
Yeah,
well, we don't know yet. We'll see.
Well,
but,
I'll be sure to let him know.
Yeah.
We'll let both players know.
Yeah.
We'll show them the comment section saying, "Hey guy."
Hey guy, yeah, sturdy.
Now we don't want to talk bad about sturdiness.
No, I'll tell you this right now. So this is important. So he's did he put on grinding tracks and then do his move? He already did his placement.
Yeah, and then he moved.
And
then he moved with grinding tracks up.
And he passed it.
Yes. So he knocked down thinking that I'm safe now, I can make this pass. But realistically,
it would have been still up.
Well, he could have just moved back. And so he made the pass.
It would have made the pass even if, well, we don't know which die would have rolled. So even if he...
Well, let's take out a success. We still have a success.
Yeah.
So now he's declaring snapshot.
For the game winner.
So let's see what happens. Now remember, we're still in tap in. The player has not moved.
No.
So he just needs 2 threes. It's off camera. He's scared.
Come on.
2 threes.
2 threes.
And 1s.
Now, I don't think he realized tap in. He'd have been jumping up and down right now.
Well, that's where he is. He's gone.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So here's the thing. With the placement, he was outside of Corsair.
Okay.
So he could have still had possession of the ball and moved down. He just did the grinding tracks, I think, as an added action.
Yeah.
I don't think that particular knockdown affected the game as much as the first one.
No.
However, if the first one would have been called, I think that the player would have moved back and stayed outside of that melee zone and just passed it freely anyways.
Yeah. I don't think the one dice loss of being engaged with him would have made a difference, really. I mean, he did have enough men on the bonus time to get that back.
Well, no, he couldn't bonus time because he needed 2 momentum.
Yep. I thought he had more than that. But anyway, so we had a good game there. We got to see the miners in action. The fishermen, once again, that player is still learning his team. I think he's maybe played half a dozen games or something like that.
Yeah, he started last month, and he started off with, hey, what teams do people have extras?
Right.
And then we handed him a Brewers. And then he started looking into the teams, and he's like, well, I really like fish.
Yeah.
And so we were able to find
Navy
a fish
connection there. So.
Yeah.
So he liked the fish, and I'm sure he'll pick up the navigators at some point as well. But anyway, we did once again, I hope you enjoyed our second Tabletop Sports Network broadcast. We already have another. Okay, this is kind of like a advanced thing. We already have another game in the can as far as recording it, and we'll probably be doing voiceover for there. This is going to be more of a fun. The next one will be more of an interesting thing for us because it's one of our games.
Yep.
So Dave and Ethan, Butchers versus
Masons.
Masons, and it is a slog. Like it is just.
I call it wonderful.
Yeah.
A wonderful prowess of certain dogs, puppies.
I won't give too much away, but it is just a mess.
Hey.
But we're going to have fun doing the voiceover for it. So.
I will tell you that Dave went into the game to do one goal.
One goal, but I'll tell you
it's not
if you can't figure it out, then I'm not going to tell you what it is. Okay? But what's the one goal that everyone needs, in my opinion, needs to have in mind when they play the Butchers and the Captain is fillet.
Yep.
Or fillet if you prefer, but we like fillet.
Yeah.
So, look forward to that. And once again, as always, there's the rules. I'm just going to put at the end, just in case you missed it, or you're skipping through, or whatever. Actually, I'm not going to. My whole goal with that was just to put it out, put something in there, and then if you find it, that means you watched it. If you didn't find it, that means you skipped through things, and it's your fault for missing it. So forget about that. But anyway, thank you so much for watching another one of our episodes. Thank you so much for giving us over 300 views on our last one. I don't know if you saw that. We went over 300 views on our last one. Some people, that's not a lot, but for us, the channel's just started, and it's the most views I think we've gotten on a single video. So we liked the comments. There were a lot of people out there who made corrections, but also made compliments in the same turn about the graphics and the camera angles and stuff like that. That we did a good job. They just wanted to point out, hey, you're doing this incorrectly. And then there were some people who, one person in particular, which I won't give him the satisfaction of saying his YouTube name on the mic, but was just literally acting like we, stole his child or something. So, but anyway, thank you so much for those. Make sure if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Like this video.
Comment about us.
Yeah,
tell us that we're terrible people. We can live with it. We have been harassed for the better part of our lives. We are not the prettiest of people.
Make your comments, good or bad. But also, one of the more important things is to share with the people that you know. Yep. Take the moment to copy the link or whatever. Hit share, copy the link, or send it to your friend in a message on whatever platform you're using. Just help us get to more people. We're pushing closer to 200 subscribers, which, like I said, once again, it may not be a lot for some people, but we started this, 6 months ago, maybe at the most, and really didn't start getting into it except for the last 4 or so. To wind everything up, you can see us on talk to us on Facebook at facebook.com/whatgamenow, which is the channel that brought you to the Tabletop Sports Network. Instagram /whatgamenow is another place where we will post pictures of Guildball games and different things, assembled, painted models, stuff like that from time to time. We do have a Twitter, twitter.com/whatgamenowlive, because What Game Now was taken. Number of places to get in touch with us. If you go to the YouTube channel, if you're already looking at it, in the header there are some links to those pages as well. You have anything else to say, Ethan, before we sign off?
Miners. I can dig them.
You can dig them.
Alrighty, guys.
Dig them smack.
Well, they don't smack. There's no smacking.
Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to always ask the question, what game now? Hey, this is Dave. If you like what we're doing here at What Game Now, go ahead and click on one of the videos, which should be on either side of me, or click right in the middle and go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the bell once you subscribe so that you know when we have new videos. Please go ahead and share us with your friends. let everybody know that we're here. Thank you for watching, and thank you for all of our subscribers already. And we look forward to bringing you more content every chance that we get.